everyone, welcome back to my channel where I like to make, create, and inspire fun art things with you. So today I have a decorate with me video that will include a couple of DIYs and I'm so excited to share them with you. I want to make over my front entryway before getting inside on the outside area, and as you see here, this is my doormat. If you have been following my channel for quite some time, you know that I like things spooky and a little bit creepy, so this doormat will be saying. However, I will decorate all the other places with more Easter decorations. So if you're interested in seeing that, just follow me and let's art today. So the first step I want to do for this makeover is make a DIY. I'm trying to make an Easter topiary for the front entryway, and the topper for this is going to be this rabbit wooden cutout from Dollar Tree. And as you see here, one of my kids already drew all over it, and I'm just going to give it a good coat of this black chalk paint. After I paint the whole rabbit, I'm just going to set it to the side to dry completely and move on to the next piece. Next items needed for this topiary are these 3 eggs. Now I did get permission from my children to use these eggs after they did such a good job decorating them. They said it was fine to paint over it and that I could use them. So please don't come at me. My children said it was okay. Now I'm going in with a chalk paint in the color lilac for this first egg, and I just give it a good thorough thick coat. Moving on to our next egg, I'm going in with that chalk paint called Vintage Mustard, and I give it a good thorough coating, making sure to cover the egg completely, and then I set that egg off to the side to dry. And for our last egg, I'm going in with more chalk paint but in the color Irish Green, giving it a good thorough coat and setting that off to the side to dry as well. This is what everything looks like after the paint has completely dried, and I just think it came out so awesome. But knowing myself, I want to give these wooden cutouts a little bit more interest by adding some details, so that's what I'm doing next. I first go in with a paint marker and I'm adding little circles to each of the egg. Now I'm only going to show you what I do to one egg because I do the exact same thing in different colors to the other eggs. So I first draw in the circles and then I fill them in using that same Posca paint marker. Now I'm going in with a black Posca paint marker and outlining the outer edges of the Easter egg, making sure not to go completely to the outer edge so it gives it more of a handmade look. Now I did the same technique on some felt bunnies in a different DIY. If you would like to check that out, I will make sure to leave it in a card here and in the description box below. After I outline the Easter egg, I then outline the little circles that we made earlier and then take a white Posca paint marker and just add highlights to those circles. Here's how the eggs look after the paint has completely dried, and I just think they're so adorable. Now for the yellow egg, I did have to go in with an orange Posca paint marker just to give it a little bit of interest. Now it's time to decorate the little bunny for the topper. The only thing I did for this Easter bunny or this little rabbit was just add a outline using a white Posca paint marker, and I did add a little bit of stitching throughout just to give it a little interest. I wanted to keep this a little bit simple and plain since I did so much details on the eggs. To make this a topiary, I have a galvanized bucket from Dollar Tree and an old broomstick that I broke by trying to kill a bug. Anyways, I attached the broomstick in the center of the bucket with some Florifoam and rocks, and I will attach the Easter eggs to the broomstick using hot glue. After everything is attached, I then decorate the bottom of the bucket using some Dollar Tree greenery and florals. And lastly, I had hot glued a bunny's tail to the bunny on the top of the topiary, and that completes this DIY. Here is where I placed the bunny topiary right by my front door. I just love it. I would love to know what you think about my bunny topiary down in the comments section below. Now looking at it, it kind of looks like dinosaur eggs, but I still love it. Anyways, moving on to the decoration part, I still wanted to add some more details to my front door. And as you see here, I have a wreath holder that needs a wreath. And since I made a DIY wreath beforehand, I just had to add it to my front door. Now, if you would like to check out this DIY, I'll make sure to leave it in a card and also in the description box below. I also wanted to add something to the top of my door, and Dollar Tree has these cute gnome welcome signs that I absolutely adore, and I just had to add it to the top of my door. So the next part that I like to decorate in front of my front door is this huge window that is placed right next to it. I love to decorate the top of the window and sometimes in the window so that people can see. Now, it was really hard to film myself actually putting up the decorations due to the way my front entryway is. However, I did show you the after effects of everything that I put up. So I did put up some greenery, a bunny banner or garland, and also a sign in the middle that says "We believe in the Easter Bunny" here, and then 2 eggs from the Dollar Tree also. I just love how this turned out. It's so festive, it's so pretty, and it just brings a joy to our faces every time we walk up to our front entryway. Once again, here is a quick view of everything that I have put together. I just really love this wreath and this little bunny topiary. Now, I wanted to put something on the left side of my door, and I wanted to make something really quick. So here's a sneak peek of what I actually made, and it has a gnome on it. So that jumps into DIY number 2. I had this gnome that I purchased from the 99-cent store. It was only $1, and I have one of Dollar Tree's wooden crates that I painted black a long time ago. To add the gnome to the crate, I needed a wooden piece. This is just a scrap piece of wood that I hot glued to the crate. Now I'm going to add more hot glue to that scrap piece of wood so that my gnome can be adhered to the wooden crate so that I can add details to it later. Now that my gnome is glued into place, I have to add some rocks to the bottom of that little basket or crate just so that it has some weight and it doesn't fly, since this is going to be outside. Next, I add some floral foam, cut it into place so that it can fit nice and snug into the crate. And now I'm just adding some hot glue on top of the floral foam so that my Easter grass will have something to adhere to. Once again, I don't want anything to fly away, so I'm making sure I place it and push it into the crevices so that it will adhere nicely. Next, I have some of these glitter eggs from Dollar Tree. I'm just hot gluing it on top of the Easter grass, and so far they have been sticking quite nicely. Lastly, I'm adding some Dollar Tree greenery and florals to it just to add some more interest and details to the crate. And that completes DIY number 2. This is how our little gnome rabbit friend turned out. Now, you have to let me know if you want me to name this little guy as I name all my little gnome friends down in the comment section below. And while you're there, I would love to know what you think of this DIY. I absolutely love it, and I think it's so cute, and it's just a little pop of something right there on my front entryway. Once again, here is an overall look at everything that I have put up today in my front entryway outside. I just love how everything turned out. It's so bright, it's festive, so colorful out here that every time we walk by it, everyone just smiles and gets so excited for the Easter season that is coming our way. Remember, if you are new here and have not yet subscribed to my channel, I would love for you to do so today. All you have to do is hit that big red subscribe button down below, and according to which option you choose, YouTube should always notify you every time I upload new content. And I would love for you to be part of my virtual art family, where we do DIYs, makeovers, decorate with me, all sorts of things on this channel where we have fun. If you are already a subscriber and you would like to help support my channel, I would love for you to check out my Buy Me a Coffee page, where you can get sneak peeks of future videos and a shout out on my next video. And this week I want to give a shout out to Julio. He has been a longtime subscriber and I thank you so much. I really do appreciate you. Alright, if we can please give this video a big thumbs up, I would love to try to get to 60 likes this video. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.